Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. Third down here. Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it.
And goal at the Cowboys 3.
So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
So quite a turn of events. This is first and goal from the 3. They'll run it with Johnson. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Pollard on the return. The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And now running right through him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
That type of run right there, that just fires me up when I watch it because that's maybe the most underrated aspect of his game. The ability to break tackles and know where the first down chains are and pick them up.
He's tough, good pedigree. Dad, Stacy, was a linebacker at Missouri.
Yeah, and how about Mom on the track team? So I think that's where the speed came from. And she's not shy about letting us know that, too.
Yeah, he got the best of both worlds. On second down, Elliott. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
With the give to Ezekiel Elliott. Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's third down. That's the end of the first quarter.
10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard
Now the
line.
Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now the backup, A.J. McCarron. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The intended receiver was David Johnson, but it'll be second down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
Shotgun snap for McCarron. And that is incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 35. Well, that's how you convert on third down with an explosive gain of 34.
These preseason games are big in the development of rookie receivers, and now their teams want to see if they're going to be truly NFL caliber. So oftentimes, offensive coordinators will call certain plays to see how they react. Give them a big check mark for that one.
No gain on the play there, second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
A 51-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Run for Pollard. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a first down throw complete downfield. Touchdown, Cowboys! Dalton Schultz, 49 yards. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Zerline now for the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard.
David Johnson now gears up to help lead this offense back on the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Johnson was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's McCarron. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Again, they'll throw it with A.J. McCarron. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now here's McCarron again. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get the... And oh, he coughed it up! But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Rolling to his left.
The quarterback taken down and sacked.
He's ridiculous.
Brought down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. They tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up fourth.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Makes the score Cowboys 14, Texans 13.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
17-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So we are halfway through here in the final week of the preseason. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
In our game, the starters are long gone, but still some intrigue to see guys trying to make a late roster push as we get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Houston set to take over, and last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Magoo back to throw.
He gets this to Coulter complete.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Let's face it, the focus is going to be, at the end of this play, on the big-time gain, right? He lined up on the left and worked his way all the way to the right before the perfect pass found him. But how about the offensive line and the protection to give him enough time to work it?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Does the big boy have the juice? Past the 20, 10, and this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Throwing here, Magoo. And that is incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
And now out comes Houston. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Good carry and pickup for a 1st down there by David Johnson, and he has a chance to fill a lot of voids for this Houston Texans team. They lost their 1,000-yard rusher from one.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Dontari Poe able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
We'll see if they do just that. First down, and it's Pollard again. And he breaks through another tackle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. Here's Pollard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Sheds a 2nd man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Houston, it's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now here's Pollard. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
So now after the touchdown, Dalton will lead him up to go for 2. Here's Dalton. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Let's hope it's not anything that'll keep him out of the opener. We'll be right back. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
On the return, the Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Houston set to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. Here's Magoo looking to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
A shotgun snap for Watson.
And that is incomplete. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those two TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to...
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From the gun, here's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Third and long, it's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. And shoving his way inside the 35. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
48-yard line.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again. That'll bring up second down. Off the bootleg, Dalton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Dalton sets up play action. Over the middle, complete. It's Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it.
Dalton's pass.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Noah Brown there to make the grab. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 17-yard line.
The Dallas defense, here they come now onto the field. They did their job coming into the hostile environment, doing what needed to be done to get the W.
And that has to feel great, because all during the week, that's one of the goals that they talked about. Going on the road, making that stadium their own, establishing themselves in the game. Give them credit. They got all those things done.
Yeah, both sides of the football did their job in this one. Now a pass, and it's complete to QT. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On first down, it's Watson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Throwing again is Watson. Got an open man, it's QT. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On first and 10, Watson. And a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. To the air yet again, Watson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And as we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Back to throw, Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Not running. Dalton wants to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us.